Welcome back, guys. Another video coming at you. The Clippers are trading Patrick Beverly, Rajon Rondo, and Daniel Otura to the Grizzlies in place of Eric Bledsoe. It also says the Grizzlies have already with an already packed roster, are open-minded for the future of all three players in Memphis and will likely consider trades. With those arriving in the deal, Memphis gets salary cap flexibility in the summer of 2022 with this trade. This trade is nothing but adding assets to the pile that they already have. The salary cap, I mean, they took on, I think it's just a tad bit more money. I think by like $3 million. This is no problem at all. They want it. They want more veteran presence, even if these guys don't stay. I see a lot on Twitter too, going through. Everyone thinks buyout. How do you feel buyouts coming? Buyouts. The team does not want to buy out anyone. They don't want to buy out people. That's just hurting them in the long run. We saw it with Dion Waiters. We don't want to buy. We bought him out and trusted justice. It didn't work out. They learned from buying out people, and that's not going to happen. I don't feel like buyouts are coming. It's a dumb way to do business. You don't make them come to work. If you don't want to come to work, then that's fine, but don't buy somebody out. Unless you need an absolute roster spot for your 15th player, which in most cases, you don't. You don't need the 15th roster spot. Sometimes you might, but let's just be honest. It doesn't matter. That 15th person isn't going to matter for most of the year as long as you can stay halfway healthy. So this move, they're seeing it. The way this is going to work out, in my opinion, is Pat Bev stays with the Grizzlies, veteran player, and it just seems to work. He's one of the most non-Grizzly players that has now become a Grizzly, alongside with another non-Grizzly that's a perfect fit in Steven Adams, and he comes along too. So it's awesome, man. Tough team's going to come up. The Rondo deal, I could see him getting traded. I do not see a buyout coming. I also heard that Otura, that the Grizzlies are going to take a look at him and see. They're just all about options, man. They're not limited on the pieces that they have, unless you're Ja, Jaren, Zaire. Dylan, maybe. I can still see them moving off Dylan eventually at some point. If a big deal comes our way, they could move off Dylan. But the two that are untouchable is Ja and Jaren. And then Zaire just came, so they're giving Zaire a shot. So it's all about playing chess and not checkers. These guys are accumulating as many assets as possible to be able to move. They know that the right time can come. If there's a season in these upcoming years where if LeBron's dying off, if Kevin Durant's dying off, if Curry's gone, and you see yourself in position to contend, they're going to have assets to move in order to get a key piece to put them over the hump. That's the plan. And building a young team, perfect. That we already have good talent here. We're missing one or two pieces to make us a championship team, and that's it. So accumulating as many assets as you can in order to help this situation is going to help. The roster right now, way overpacked. We just did a 1-for-3 deal, so we know that more trades are coming, and this is the face right here that you can expect to see out of here as long as Pat Bev wants to stay, because they would keep Pat Bev 1,000 times out of 1,000 times over Tyus Jones. No question about it. Tyus Jones in the playoffs last year was horrendous, did nothing good for the team, and I hate saying that because he's a good player. I love Tyus Jones. He's contributed the last 2 seasons that he's been with us. He's a great guy. But it's hard to avoid in the playoffs when you come in for 5 minutes and we're getting blown out as soon as he comes in the game. It's not an excuse. We saw it with Valanciunas. We didn't get blown out while Valanciunas was in the game, but you're damn sure that every time that there was a pick and roll, they were going at Valanciunas every single time. And I told you guys in one of my first videos I uploaded to expect the Valanciunas trade. 2 days later, the Valanciunas trade happens. It's not a coincidence. The playoff is a make or break deal for the front office. They want to see what can they do to fix a team and make them go into a deeper run in the playoffs. Valanciunas didn't help. Tyus played himself off the court. Brandon Clark last year, he was a great piece all year, great his first year. He couldn't get on the court because he can't shoot the ball, and they know how important shooting is on the team. So they're working things out. They're trying to find new ways to get new people. and fit the system. They're building around this guy right here. Everyone knows it. It's the key plan. Ja and Jaren are the future, and that's what they want to build around. Jaren should have a good year coming up. I'm telling you, invest. Been buying trading cards of Jaren and Ja right now. Jaren, if he has a great year, which is expected in my opinion, I'm expecting Jaren to have a great year. I would expect 18, 19 points a game. If he gets into the 20s, great. But Ja didn't even get in the 20s last year, and he has the ball in his hand nonstop. So it just depends. But I can see that coming up. And we're about to see more moves because we have way too many players right now. So expect the more moves. We're going to see it coming here in just the future. But, I mean, looking through stuff, I mean, look at this. This is what I want to see. Patrick Beverly is a dog. He is there for the fight. You're not bullying Pat Bev. Of course, he gets scored on. Who doesn't get scored on? But when you talk about defenders in the league, they're like, oh, Pat Bev's all fake. He's fake. He does this. Guess what? He showed up in the playoffs where it matters. When his team was down, guess what? Him and Paul George were in there. Reggie Jackson was in there. Pat Bev had great fourth quarters in the playoffs. And if you underestimate that, that's just your own fault. But Pat Bev is a dog, and he's there for the fight. And another fan favorite for the Grizzlies, Dillon Brooks. Of course, last year, in my opinion, I did not love Dillon at the beginning of the year. I thought he took way too many shots. Just wasn't it. Guess what? Playoff DB was a different person. Shot 50, 40, and almost 90 from the free throw line. I mean, he was insane. And if he can play that way, great. Let's do it. I'm here for it. Patrick Beverly and Dillon Brooks on defense, this is going to be a team that is like gnats. My southern people know it's like mosquitoes. They don't go away. Once you kill one, there's 3 more that hops right on you. That's exactly what this team is going to do to you if you're not careful. There's players that they're building around right now, and they know the identity that they would like to fulfill. And they want to be tough. They just got Steven Adams, one of the strongest guys in the league. Listen to Duncan Robinson's podcast that he has. He said, who's the strongest person in the league? Just naturally strong, just a man. First words out of his mouth, Steven Adams. They're building around Ja Morant. They want people to protect. They want people to dog other opponents. And guess what? One hard foul on Ja, I promise you it's going down. This team, Chris Vernon just put out a tweet. He said odds were minus 1,000 or 2,000 or something that a fight breaks out with the Grizzlies. Yes, they are going to dog people. This team is not going to be fun to play. I'm telling you right now. And I think they model it after the 7-year run that we had. It's just they want dog-nosed people, man. And that's what they're going to get. I hope we keep Patrick Beverly. The Rajon Rondo should be moved. The Otora, they already said they're going to take a look at. All around, it's awesome. Awesome trade, man. We just flipped Valanciunas for Steven Adams, Rajon Rondo, Patrick Beverly, Zaire Williams, Santi Aldama, even though he's sucking right now, but we'll see. We got to give people a chance. And, I mean, it's great. They just keep getting more assets and more assets. Can't preach that enough. They're playing chess, not checkers. This front office is serious, and they're going to make moves. Expect big moves next free agency. Hopefully they can go out and get somebody big to help this team. But we'll see, man. We'll talk more about some upcoming news as it follows. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I need to know all you guys' opinions. I like to talk about it. I always respond to you guys. So if you got any videos that you guys want me to make, let me know in the comment section. We're going to be pushing them out. But like, subscribe, comment, do all that. Share with your friends. And peace.